Hey everyone, and thank you so much for checking out my founder operating agreement. This is a resource that is part of a larger, the Real Business Project resource, which is one that brings all of these different ideas together to help you do a student business project over the course of, like, say, 1 to 2 months. I personally do it in 6 weeks, where students come up with an idea, they pick an idea to take forward, and they turn that idea into a reality that actually sells to the public. So it becomes a real business. This document is a part of that. You can use it standalone or you can use it within that larger resource. But what you are doing here is this is basically a group project needs to have some expectations set. And this can act as that sort of thing as well. Also, when you do a larger project, you want to chunk it up into smaller tasks and activities. This asks the students to do that for their larger idea. So it serves two purposes. It gives students clarity on direction and what their next steps should be, as well as being that agreement for partnerships to make sure that they are clear in their expectations. They've thought about how they want to act with each other, what their goals are, what their vision is going to be, making sure they're in alignment, and then also what happens if things don't go well, and what's the remedies for that, or how do I oust someone from a group who's not working well, that sort of thing. So I have two versions of the document. There's a sole proprietor one and there's a partnership one, because I allow students to work in groups of 1 to 3. So there are some who choose to work alone, some who work in twos, and some who work in threes. Most common is typically sole proprietors and then maybe a group of two. I do occasionally get threes, but it's usually partners or singles. And I think that comes down to really encouraging students to think deeply about who they work with and how they do it. Most realize they're busy, they've got very individual calendars that they have to stick to, and it's hard to collaborate with someone else who has a different calendar to you. So a lot of them choose to work alone, or they work in a partnership where at least it's easy to sync up with one person instead of with two. All right. So in the document, they will go through this on their own or with their group, and they're going to fill out each part. And you can do this either on a printable PDF or on a Google document where they can edit straight into the document. I like the Google document, particularly for partnerships, because then they can share it amongst themselves and all type into the same document. But they're going to go through headings like, what's the purpose and vision of the business? What are the roles and responsibilities? So, like, what do you need to do for this business? And sole proprietor, how many different hats do you need to wear? And what are the roles you need to fill? The structure of the business. So, how are you going to set it up? Sole proprietor, it's a little bit more straightforward. You do everything, but just some questions that I want them to consider, like, are they going to hire help? Are they going to source money from anywhere? Are they going to have input from other people? That sort of thing. The decision-making process, easier potentially in a partnership because you have multiple people. For a sole proprietor, you make all the decisions. So really this is about how do you ensure that you're making high quality decisions? And so I want them to think about what's their process for making decisions and evaluating those decisions. Financial arrangements, where is the money going to go when it comes in? Are you going to put it all back into the business to grow the business? Are you going to take some of your profits as payment and spend it down? What are you going to do? And then duration, termination, when is this agreement over? So at the end of your business project, whenever that is, if you're ending in a business fair or if you just have a hard end date, what happens then? Do we shut it all down? Does it continue? If it is shutting down, what are the steps to doing that? And then everyone signs it. In the partnership one, very much the same title, is just adapted for a partnership versus a sole proprietorship. So roles, responsibilities, the ownership distribution. So is one person a majority owner and then the others are, say, minority owners. I have an example of that right now where one student has an existing business and he's allowing two others to work with him, but he's like, I am still the majority owner and you guys can take part. Or is it an even split? And then decision-making process, how do you make decisions? What happens when there's disputes or things that aren't working?